What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit, a live session every week. Once again, if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing because on this channel, we talk anything and everything regarding credit, personal finance, tips and tricks on real estate, automotives, investments, you name it. You're definitely going to go ahead and find it right here in this channel. Now, a few things, if you're actually just joining into this channel, a few things that you guys need to know. On the number on the screen is the number directly here to our offices if you want to take advantage at any point with the free credit evaluation. Now, the free credit evaluation basically consists of one of my credit analysts kind of going over in detail over what your credit report has and finding out a little bit about what you want to do with your credit and giving you some realistic expectations as to what actually can be done and what we can actually do here. We got great results for many clients, and I'm going to show you here later on some of the before and afters of some of the clients that we're currently taking care of right now. And I encourage you guys to ask as many questions as you can so I can answer them for you live. In addition to that, in the description below, down in the link, the very first link, you can schedule your free credit evaluation. If maybe you don't have time at the moment, you click there, it's going to take you over to my website, type in your information, then you're going to get a phone number directly from me. You're going to have my number. It's important for all of you guys to have my number. This way I can answer any questions and be readily accessible for you guys at any time. With that being said, you're going to get a calendar link for you to schedule your free 20-minute evaluation, which again, no obligation, but with that, we'll be able to give you pricing and everything else that you need to know in order to move forward with your credit restoration process. With that being said, let's go ahead with the topic here. And guys, as you know, let me know what you guys think as to, these results that I'm showing you guys, and let me know if you have any questions regarding this. The idea of this is not only show you how effective we are and challenging different clients' credit, but how we handle different situations and to kind of, address any concerns on whether you think certain accounts can be deleted or not whatsoever. All right. So with that being said, let's get on with the very first results here. So let me go ahead and transfer this over here. 1 second. There you go. Actually, let me finalize it here. And here we go. All right, guys. So the very first thing that you're going to be seeing on here is this is the analysis of your credit report or the credit analysis. This right here, you actually get a copy of at the end of every evaluation, whether you do business with us or not. This kind of details everything that's going on, and it's drawn directly from your credit report. So it's highly personalized to exactly what your credit report has and all the things that we can take advantage of to get these items removed and restore your credit to wherever you need to be at. So with that being said, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to go dive in straight into the first client over here. So this client came over to us on April 13th of 2020 with these scores, 648, 642, and a 646, right? As you move forward, this actually addresses all the negative items that you have. So this individual came to us with 4 negative items on his credit report, again, across 3 credit bureaus. He has 89 inquiries. So that's quite a bit. I usually tell people not to have no more than 5 inquiries every 2 years or so. But with that being said, this right here may be criteria for a bank to go ahead and deny you, right? Because again, it's way too many inquiries. To a bank, you may look desperate or that you don't have any cash, which is why you're aggressively looking for credit, right? And so that right there in itself is criteria to get removed. So we do specialize in removing inquiries as well. And so these are all the inquiries that you have here. Keep in mind, guys, that inquiries are only 10% of your credit score. So it doesn't count heavy. However, this many inquiries can get you denied and may take anywhere between 3 to 7 points each. So if you do that, do the math. So right here, I like to show this to people as well, because this shows your total utilization. Your total utilization, as you know, this individual has around $70,000 in total availability of credit and has used over around $36,000, putting him at a 47% utilization. As I've said in other videos before, we want to be 30% of that, right? And so we develop a plan in place for our clients to be able to reduce that over time while restoring their credit, right? So we're not just restoring your credit, we're educating you and also helping you build a plan in place to take care of your finances and maximize on your credit scores. All right. And so with that being said, let's look at the after. All right. So he started with us on 4/13. This is as of June 2nd, right? So as of yesterday, his scores are now 715, 716, and a 710. And out of the four, only one remains, which is this Verizon account, right? And so obviously, as the months do pass by, if necessary, we do get a little bit more aggressive. Now, keep in mind, guys, that I like letting people know to look at the dates of how old this account is. Typically, in my experience, the older the account is, the way higher the probabilities of success of this account being removed, right? It's just going over with a fine tooth comb and really dissecting this account, the information on this account, and also actually asking, why isn't Equifax and TransUnion reporting? This may have been deleted in the past from the other two credit bureaus, but for some reason, it's still reporting on Experian. These are some of the processes that my processors take to go ahead and take advantage and really dissect the information on this account and look at all this information and really compare them and ultimately find a violation within the FCRA or the Fair Credit Reporting Act to get this removed as we generate dispute letters customized to this particular situation, right? And so if we look further, obviously the 89 inquiries still remain. Inquiries and late payments are a little bit more difficult to remove. They do require a little bit of strategy, a little bit of finessing, but for the most part, it actually can be done. But ultimately, look, even with 89 inquiries, we still was able to get this individual over the 700s right now, right? And so that right there is very great news. If we were to remove all 89 items, the score will increase, but maybe not so much because, again, inquiries only account for 10% of your credit score, all right, if that makes sense. Now, moving forward, so as we see, we've obviously, let this individual know, how a high utilization can affect your credit overall. And so obviously we worked together with him to build a plan, and he was able to knock his balances down to what you see over here. So great on him. That's definitely helps us. And again, this is a partnership, guys. When you're in our program, we sit down with you and we develop a plan in place. We also let you know, obviously continue to pay your bills because we don't want to undo the work that we're already doing for you. We want to pay your balances and put you in the best position to maximize again on your credit score, right? And this is then a matter of a short few months. And then ultimately, just this is right here is a summary, right? A summarization of actually what happens. This report right here gives, we do show this to our clients, and this kind of puts together in a very simple form what actually happened in comparison to the last month, right? And so Experian, we see the increases here and by how many points, right? Which is very important. So you have an idea as to, the impact of what we did, and 8 items were deleted. And as you see here, this account right here, this inquiry got deleted. Again, PNC Bank inquiry got deleted. Credit Plus inquiry got deleted. Bank of America, Cabbage Inc., Capital One was 30 days late. 30-day late payments or late payments overall. Payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score. So having one 30-day late, a 90 or 120 can be very detrimental. With that being said, we was able to remove this from Capital One. And again, guys, keep in mind that if an account gets deleted from a credit report at all whatsoever, it was because it did not meet the FCRA or the Fair Credit Reporting Act requirements. And keep in mind that the Fair Credit Reporting Act states that if something's unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete, it must be corrected or removed. In this case, once we triggered the investigation and asked for validation or for further investigation within these late payments, ultimately what that resulted in is that they couldn't find it or could not produce any validation within that 30 days, and therefore this account were removed, which resulted in score increase. And score increase also depends, obviously, in what's remaining on your credit report at that point, right? So that right there, kind of sums it up for this customer. And so now what I'm going to go ahead and do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and switch over. I'm going to switch over to screens here and, give an opportunity to answer some of you guys' questions here live and direct and give you guys some shout outs. Patricia Fernandez, welcome to the channel, and thank you for listening to us. Charles Spotsville, I'm doing a credit repair with my fam. It's a little expensive. I felt like you have to spend 2 MK. Char, if you don't mind clarifying on that, I'd love to answer some of your questions with that. John Paul Martinez, when is the best time to go ask for more credit limit on your cards? Typically anywhere between 3 to 6 months. And obviously considering that you don't miss payments, that you're not really overextending your limit. You're staying within the 30% threshold, meaning whatever your limit is, divide by 3 and try to never ever pass that, no matter what the emergency is. If you feel that you need to use more than that because you're reallocating your bills to this credit card, then ultimately ask for that credit limit increase, but don't give them a reason not to give it to you, right? And then some cards kind of give it to you just because you've been on point with your payments over time, and you're representing yourself as a good customer that they want to have. So, obviously they may grant you with that. So hopefully that answers your question, Charles Spotsville. But how long should I be on the program? And my only debt are my student loans. So guys, credit restoration really, it really depends, right? Results really vary depending on the information that the credit bureaus or collectors or creditors have directly on you. However, how long you want to be on there, that depends on you. How long are you willing to fight for your credit, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't do nothing, well, it's going to take around 7 years for those things to fall off. And 7 years is just way too long to even know what's going on. Within our program, our most difficult clients stay with us within 4 to 6 months on a worst case scenario. I'm not to say that we may come across a client that may take longer, but as of right now, 4 to 6 months seems to be our sweet spot for our most challenging clients. And part of the reason where that might be in a short time frame is because we're one of the few companies that disputes all items all at once on a month-to-month basis for all of our clients. And that results obviously in quicker results. We have clients that have 50 negative items and they get done in 30 days. We have others that have 10 negative items and it takes a little bit longer. It all depends on the account and what information that the actual creditors or collection agencies have. Nonetheless, we're very versed within the dispute process, and we're always testing, new strategies and new things on an everyday basis with our clients to go ahead and maximize our efforts for all of our clients there. All right, so hopefully that answers your question. Michelle Walker, I have a question. I don't understand why I keep getting denied for credit cards such as Home Depot, Lowe's, furniture store like Synchrony. I have a Capital One and Discover credit card. So Michelle, that really depends on the underwriting guidelines of these banks. They may be more stringent. However, just keep in mind that, they're looking at not just a score, but your whole credit report, right? If you've had late payments, if you've had a lot of inquiries, if you've had, it could go into charge-offs, collections. If you have those items on there, that may be, basis on denying. However, that doesn't mean, one question would be, why aren't you using your Capital One or Discover credit card in these situations? I usually tell people not to get retail cards because it only restricts you to that retail store. And to be honest with you, unless you're visiting these retail stores on an everyday basis, it might not make sense. I would rather get a credit card that I can use universally, and maybe get cash back, travel miles, or things like that of that nature. I love the cashback cards, because again, to me, it's just you're getting everything that much more cheaper, depending on what percentage they're giving you cash back, which ultimately you can recycle back into your credit card, right? And so that usually helps sometimes. But again, I would love to take a look at your credit report. Obviously, take advantage of the free credit evaluation. And with that being said, we'll be able to take a look and let you know exactly what's going on with your credit and potentially why you're getting denied for those cards. All right, so hopefully that helps. Charles Spotsville, I've been subscribed but not tuned in as much. Well, every week we're putting out videos for you guys and obviously informing you guys of the latest and greatest in credit and different strategies that you guys can take advantage of, again, to maximize your credit score. All right, guys, so moving on, Bryce Hall, what's up? What do car dealers, banks look at on your credit to determine your interest rate? Oh, they look at a variety of things. Keep in mind that um, banks that approve car loans, they're using a total different FICO scoring model, right? And so typically what you hear out there is FICO score auto option 5, right? That right there is typically what the car industry is known for. However, there's other industries or other manufacturers that may look at other credit bureaus for you. However, they're looking at, your car payment history, whether you've had cars before, whether you've owned cars before, so they can get an idea of what they can expect from you. So having a great credit score can save you a lot of money and could get you instantly approved, right? Or a silent drive where you don't have to give anything down at all whatsoever. But they're looking at, payment history over time, whether you've owned a car, whether you've had a repossession, whether you had collections. And obviously, the more negative remarks you have on your credit, the higher the interest rate's going to be. Why? Because, well, if you have late payments and collections, no offense to you, but you look like an untrustworthy person. So they're going to give you a high interest rate because they're anticipating you missing payments with them again or just disappearing at all. So they're having a high interest rate to get as much money as they can from you every month, again, to anticipate you not paying again or you running off or whatever the case may be. Again, this is not directly towards you. It's just more or less so that you have an understanding as to how potentially they may be looking at your situation when you're getting approved for a car loan or lease or whatnot. All right. So hopefully that makes sense there. Eve, give me a second, guys. I lost my track here. All right, Eve, how can I be able to delete an account from my check systems? Great. So we actually do specialize in check systems as well. So if you guys have any check systems issues, give us a call again at the number on the screen, and you'll be able to take advantage of that. But ultimately, check systems abides by the same and so we're able to you if they have to respond in 3 days. Now it has to get removed. And typically, check systems is like the back end system between banks. So, for example, if in one bank you for some reason you overdrafted and you never paid it back or whatnot, they'll put you in a check systems report. Meaning that if you try to go open up an account with another bank, right, you're gonna pop up on check systems, and ultimately they're gonna deny you for a bank account, right, until you resolve that issue or until that item gets removed from your credit report. Now, keep in mind, some banks, however, even if the item gets removed, you have like an internal note or system, with them themselves. So it's up to their discretion whether to open up an account for you or not if you're looking to go back to that same account. But for the most part, check systems is something that we specialize in as well, and we've removed items for many clients. So give us a call if you want some more information on that, and obviously if you want us to help you out with that. T. Davey, what's up, man? I've never bought land or cars to finance. I have student loans and a 620 credit rate. I have been late on credit cards. How do I finance? Well, you can finance. It's recommended to have a little bit more of a higher credit score. And I would even try to see if you do have any late payments, collections, right? Either research some credit restoration processes or contact us, right? Obviously, take advantage of the free valuation. There's no obligation to join our service, but you'll take away a lot of information that you may use down the road to get yourself in a better position. But typically 680, 690 or above will get you a good rate over time. And obviously, I think that's worth taking advantage of, especially if you're buying land or looking to buy a car, right? Or lease one. So hopefully that helps there. Leo Ramos, what's up, man? I've been in the program 4 months so far. I haven't spoken to anyone and plan to improve my credit score. Awesome, Leo. So, Leo, if you're a client in our program, keep in mind that our processors communicate with everybody every 15 to 30 days. So if you're not logging into your portal, and the reason why we communicate through your portal is because it's secure. We're running on a 256-bit encryption. It's the same security levels as some banks. And so obviously, if we're giving you updates and sharing information that has to do with your credit, we take privacy very seriously. And so we're going to be communicating through there. Typically, you should get a notification to your email that we've sent you a message. So if you're not staying up to date with that, then obviously you're not going to know what's going on. However, we do, every time a letter is printed mailed out, you get a notification. Anytime your credit report is updated, you get a notification. So keep in mind to always look at your portal. If anything, we over communicate. But guys, you have to look at your communications that we're sending with you so you have a better understanding, because we're communicating with you frequently because we know and we're anticipating the results that you're getting so that we know how to move forward, Leo. So again, if you do have any questions, again, call the number on the screen, speak to the processing department that's right here ready to available to obviously take your call and maybe answer some of your questions, all right? So hopefully that answers your questions there. Evan, how you doing, man? Hey, Ray, will me adding a primary like my Jewelers Club affect during my repair on my account? No, not at all. It actually helps it. 30% of your credit score, which is the second biggest factor on your credit, has to do with total availability of credit, right? And so adding a line of credit that adds to your total availability would be great, as opposed to a loan or a car loan where when it hits your credit report, you're starting owing money. But if you get approved for a credit card, you start off with a surplus of available credit, if that makes sense, right? And then utilization and all that stuff does take an effect as well, but that will actually help your credit score as we're removing items. So that's a great thing. Pacho Perez, what's up, man? Hey, Ray, question. How long would it take to remove inquiries? So inquiries, again, it depends on the bureaus or whatnot. Inquiries are a little bit more difficult to remove, but typically every 30 days, expect sort of, right? So, home dispute, if they can't provide what we're asking for within that 30-day time frame, then obviously it has to be removed. So it could take 30 days, or it could take 3 months, 6 months. It could take longer, right? However, every 30 days, we're going to know what's happening so that we can readjust our strategy and be more aggressive with the next dispute, right? So I always tell people, take this on a month-to-month basis. John Paul Martinez, what's up, man? What if I past the 30%? So keep in mind, John, I always say this when I use my credit card strategies. When it comes to a credit card, you need to understand when your due date is. That's the date that you have to pay at least the minimum, or the report date. That's the date that you need to be aware of with this situation. That means that the information that the credit cards companies sends over to the credit bureaus. And so as long as you're 30% or below before that date, then your card will only report once. What you do after it reports, the credit bureaus will never know. You know, they only report once a month. So you can literally the next day after that, you can max out your card and the credit bureaus are not going to know. They're only going to know once a month what they report. So the idea is, or what I do with my cards is I pay my full balance on the first, and I don't use that card until after it reports to the credit bureaus. I'm in control of what balance reports. All my bills that I have assigned to that credit card, I have it assigned until after the report date, because I want my balance to report zero every time. However, I'm building a great relationship with my bank because they're seeing I'm still using it just after the report date and paying it back aggressively. And again, I pay my credit cards in full every time. Why? Because to me, there's no difference than from transferring from checking to savings than from checkings to a credit card, because it's available right away. And to be honest with you, I'd rather spend $1 on credit than $1 in cash, because at least my dollar in credit would give me points, cash back, miles, or whatever incentive I'm getting. And actually, my favorite card is my Capital One Quicksilver card, which gives me 1.5% cash back on everything, meaning my bills are 1.5% cheaper, right? And that money gets recycled back into my balance. So anytime I'm going to make a payment to my card, I'm not paying as much, right? And I'm always ensuring that I'm not passing my 30% threshold, which allows me to always pay my balances in full every time, if that makes sense, all right? John Paul, once again, can I do anything on child support showing on my credit score? Yes, we removed child support annotations on a credit report on the public records. That can be removed. We have removed them. So come on over and get an evaluation just to see what we have to work with. All right. Again, numbers on the screen. Let me see here. Patricia Fernandez, what's up? Question. Can you remove child support payments? Yes, that have been paid off, but the state of Florida takes their sweet time removing it. It's been a year since everything was paid off. So yes, we can do that. We could trigger investigations with both the bureaus and the department as well, the court system. So we have done that. We do the same with bankruptcies. So let us know, take advantage of the free evaluation so we can let you know what really can be done and give you some realistic expectations, right? All right, so T. Davey, I've called your number, but they didn't give me a solid monthly rate to pay. They said anywhere between $200 to $500. How much do you charge? T. Davey, I have never heard my credit analyst say anything like that. We know exactly what we're going to charge you monthly based on what the analysis pulls up. There is no guessing between 200 or 500, nothing. And as a matter of fact, we don't have a $500 a month monthly payment at all whatsoever. And so please, if you don't mind, give us a call or send me an email so I can properly look up your name if you've done an evaluation, and I'll be able to give you your accurate pricing. And so again, pricing is always based on the amount of negative items you have. And so I can't give you pricing until I do the evaluation because, again, it's based on the amount of work we have to do. I can't give you a price for somebody that has one negative item, in comparison to somebody that comes in here with 50 negative items. Obviously, the pricing situation is going to be differently because of the cost of certified mail, the staff, the time it takes to develop these dispute letters and send them off. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, take advantage of the free evaluation so we can give you some more information on that. Stan Explorers, with millions of people defaulting recently due to COVID-19 related job losses and creditors now more willing to negotiate resolving a debt. Yeah, absolutely. And even with the banks themselves that or companies that you're negotiating with or paying bills for may give you some discounted rates, may not allow you to pay at all and schedule for a future date just to help you out. But if for whatever reason you didn't take advantage of that and you still missed some payments, I would highly encourage you to talk to your creditors and see what they can do about it, what options you have available. However, when it comes to debts, keep in mind that if you have collections or whatnot, that will not remove it from your credit report unless specified payment for deletion option. All right. Patricia Fernandez, can your company be hired just to remove the child support that has been paid? Yes, absolutely. So come on by or call the number on the screen so that we can do the free credit evaluation. All right, guys. So let me go ahead and take advantage of some more results here. Let me adjust here, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at some more results. Let me go ahead here. All right. So this individual came to us on last year, actually in December, 12/30 of 2019, and he came over to us with 531, 531, and 525. 22 total negative items, and as you guys know and are familiar with, Fed loan, right? Student loans, GameStop, Credit One Bank, Kevin Jewelers, Portfolio Recovery, which is a collection, and Comenity Capital Bank, right? No public records, and guys, if you had child support, it would come up right here, or bankruptcy, this is where it would come up. So obviously he doesn't have any, and he has 9 inquiries, which is a little bit higher, but not too bad at all, but again, obviously disputable if necessary. And obviously, $1,000, 88% utilization. Again, we want that 30% or below. And so let's take a look at where he's at today. So again, as of 5/19 or last month, as of 5/19, now he has 683, 616, and 615. So obviously an increase. He's obviously still into the program, but not so bad given the time, 22 down to 18 negative items. And look at this, guys. As you see here, Fed loan got removed completely from Equifax. And the reason why I'm telling you guys that, so student loans got completely removed from Equifax. And the reason that's great news for me is that all we need is for one credit bureau to prove concept. If it gets deleted from one credit bureau, we can influence the other two to, follow suit, right? Or to reinvestigate or reanalyze and say, hey, the other credit bureaus found the violation and obviously removed it from the credit report. Why aren't you doing the same? Can you take a second look at it? And typically, it kind of does work with the strategy that we have inputted on here, that we've tested over time. And so that right there, ultimately proves concept there. All right. And so let's take a look. One inquiry less. And there you go, guys. Obviously, putting a plan in place, we've not only he's obviously increased his total availability of credit and paid down the balances, and this actually helps tremendously. And so, here's the summary, as I was telling you guys about: 79-point increase, 51-point increase, and 55-point increase, with a total of 6 items removed. Credit One Bank charge-off deleted. Kevin Jewelers collections charge-off deleted. Just so you have an idea, all right? And so let's get on with the second one. So this client came over to us, again, August 22nd, one of our first clients around there. And so he came to us with, here we go, 672, 663, and 669. 33 total negative items. Again, we're seeing Fed Loan, Beacon Credit Union, Springfield Financial, Verizon, a City Mortgage. Again, a mortgage here, 30-day late 4 times. Vincent Health, again, medical collections. As you see here, radiology hospital, and then an NA collections. 24 inquiries at the time, with a utilization. And guys, this happens here because, again, sometimes this is why we have to pay attention and dispute correctly, because the balances that report on one can influence the other. Obviously, we have 28% here, but for some reason, TransUnion is reporting something differently. That obviously has to be corrected, because those are potential points that we can definitely take advantage of. All right. So here, for as of right now, as of 5/25, that same individual over here with us now has a 707, 688, and 707, right? Came with us with 33 negative items, has 18 remaining, and guys, obviously, no student loans. We was able to remove all student loans from all 3 credit bureaus on here. We obviously still have more work to do. However, that's a great relief for this individual. Now, total 26 negative items, and this is something that we advise clients not to do, because they get the great news, and I know how exciting it could be when you've been in the 500 or 600 credit scores, and then all of a sudden it increases, and you want to start applying to places. We ask for you not to do that, because that can undo our work. And ultimately, if you gain that many inquiries, you could be denied just on the fact that you have that many inquiries. So that's something that you definitely don't want to do, and we just ask for you guys to be patient. But ultimately, as you see here, the correction within the balance reporting, and we're obviously under 30%, which is great. And so again, we help everybody build a plan in place for that. And ultimately, this is the result of the quick summary, right? So physician's emergency from Experian and TransUnion deleted, Fed Loan deleted, medical hospital bills deleted, again, medical bills deleted, Verizon deleted from the credit report. All right. And so that pretty much sums up the results, the remaining results. And so I'm going to go ahead and answer a few questions, guys. And again, here's what I'm also going to do, guys, because I always do this. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my calendar link so that you guys can see my total availability to take advantage of the free credit evaluation. And so let me go ahead and I'm copying this link. I'm pasting it here. There you go, guys. You click on that link, you're going to see my total availability and schedule and lock in your free credit evaluation. We do have availabilities today and the rest of this week, so please lock it in. Only 20 minutes of your time. You gain a bunch of knowledge and a free analysis that you get to keep that gives you information on credit, and in particularly what's going on with your credit and what actually can be done. All right, so definitely take advantage of that. So let's go ahead with the questions. John Paul Martinez, what's up, man? And you're welcome. Francisco Velez, what's up, Ray? What's up, man? Patricia Fernandez, do we need to enroll into the program? One second. There you go. Do we need to enroll in the program, or just hire you to remove that in particular? Obviously, if you want us to work on your credit, you have to enroll into our program, right? That's and so give us a call again so we can let you know what can be done, and we'll let you know pricing based on what we have there. Patricia Fernandez, you're so awesome. Love listening to you. Thank you so much for that support. Evan, another question about an issue with a bank reporting a 30-day late payment. Still, they have not responded as well as not reporting my recent payments after 30-day late status. Well, how do you know that, Evan? Did you send a dispute? Did you send it by certified mail? Because if not, by law, they have 30 days to respond back. And if you didn't send it certified, then there's no way of knowing when they received it, and no way of holding them accountable to that 30-day time frame. Astrid, best decision I've ever made. Awesome. John Paul Martinez, I'm from the Bay Area. Do you help people over here? We help people nationwide, John, nationwide. We have clients in Puerto Rico, Hawaii, Alaska, you name it. We have it all throughout the U.S., which is, I love that, because I help a lot of people, especially in California. But we give you a portal access where you get to log in 24/7 and see exactly what my team here is doing for you. So you'll be updated very frequently with alerts and all that good stuff. And you're more than welcome to ask any questions. So we help nationwide. Anthony Santos, what's up, man? I haven't kept up on all your current videos, but I started with BWS about a year and a half ago. After about 6 months, I placed it on hold and restarted this past February. Are you still working with them? Not at all. For quite some time, obviously we're ScoreShield Financial Group now. And so I'm no longer working in them. It's been a while already. So, but anyways, if you're getting some good results, then by all means. But yeah, I'm not working with them any longer. Astrid, it looks like the message was taken back. T. Davey, keeping it real credit. His mic is bouncing. So how do I start getting my credit going with a secured card? I didn't understand those card links you sent. Well, it's just the way you do it with a secured card typically is you apply for it. They let you know what your initial down payment would be, and whatever that amount is what you'll get back in credit. And so the links I sent you, if you wanted to take advantage of that, you just simply go through the application process, wait for a response, and then start off with your deposit. So hopefully that answers your question. Steve Brown, also, will authorized user trade lines work with FICO 10? Yeah, they work with any FICO scoring model. However, why are we worried about FICO 10 if the banks of today are using older FICO scoring models? Very few companies, if any, are using FICO scoring 10 to grant you credit. Why? Because there's certain things that on there that are not counted towards your credit score. And to my understanding, paid collections and hospital bills do not factor into your FICO scoring 9 and FICO scoring 10 models. However, the banks of today that are approving you for your home, for a personal loan, for a car, they're using FICO score models 4, 2, 5, and 6, give or take. And so those models, whether the payment is, whether the collection is paid or not, is still negatively impacting your score and including hospital bills. But however, an authorized user in its entirety, no matter what credit scoring model you use, will help you out given if the metrics are correct, right? Like year, balance, payment history, and credit limit. All right. T. Davey, they help everybody. They're in the cloud. Yep. All right, guys, keep going. T. Davey, keeping it real credit. Thank you for helping, especially the underprivileged, teaching us the game. That's my pleasure. This is the whole point of this channel, to hopefully provide a better understanding of credit, because there's obviously not enough information out there. And if there is, it's typically very difficult to understand. So I encourage this channel, and obviously with these live sessions, to just start a conversation, right? Into tips, tricks, and strategies that we can all learn from and take advantage of, just to, understand and live a little bit stress-free, right? And to help build a plan in place or a strategy to help accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do with your credit when it comes to leveraging it. So hopefully that helps, and thank you very much for that. Angel C, I'm paying down my credit cards via Apricen, and I still use your company to remove charge-offs. Yeah, if no matter what it is, if you have any negative or any inaccurate information on your credit report, that's what we specialize in. This is what we do day and night. And so, Angel, call the number in the screen or schedule with the link I'm about to text here. Calendar link right there. Click on that link. You'll see my availability, and you'll be able to select the time and date, and I'll be able to text you right away with my number. That way you have it, and with the next steps. All right. Astrid S, I've been getting ads saying that Experian is giving credit boost. What are your thoughts on that? I think that's great because with Experian, they actually allow you to add your things that are typically not put on your credit report, like your phone bill. It kind of like goes through your bank account and see what bills you have, and it kind of adds it, and that right there can add several points within your Experian score. And that can also mean the difference between a higher interest rate or not. So anything that could potentially boost your score, I would take advantage of, right? Because every point counts. Here we go. Tay Davy, I sent an earlier question about investments, drop shipping, and e-commerce. If you don't mind, I think you're asking for it again here. So yeah, I was gonna say if you don't mind, ask it again, and I'll be able to address that. Adrian Matut, I signed up with you guys last week. Hopefully you guys do a good job. Awesome, Adrian. Thank you for that, and looking forward to some great results. Can't wait to show you in the next updates. T. Davy, do you think those are scams or good to maintain cash flow, such as drop shipping or Tai Lopez e-commerce? Absolutely. You want to know why? Because one of the other companies that we do here actually involves with us helping with next gen strategic investments. We actually help open and operate Amazon stores for you on your behalf. So we take care of everything from point A to point B. We register an LLC for you. We apply for tax exemptions on all 50 states. This way, when we're buying the inventory that we're going to go ahead and post and sell on Amazon, you're not paying any taxes for it, maximizing your profits. We do the tax exemptions again, and we bill you at the end of the month. We deal with client refunds, customer questions, like if they have questions on the dimensions of a product or whatever, we deal with all that. And at the end of the day, we bill you for the work. But you keep the majority of the profit. So if you have any questions regarding that whatsoever, feel free to give us a call, and we'll be able to transfer you over to Next Gen Strategic Investments for that. All right, guys. So let me see. I think we have one more question on here. Janie Garcia, can you scroll back and read my comment, please? Janie, I have a lot of comments on here. If you don't mind, can you type it in there again? I'll be more than happy to go ahead and help you guys. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends. And again, I want to be able to answer all of your questions at all whatsoever. Again, if you have any questions about our investment program when it comes to Next Gen Strategic Investments in our program within the Amazon Seller Central, keep in mind, I have an Amazon store as well. We'll be able to show you some case studies and some results of our current clients. They currently manage over 120 clients right now, 120 stores that we're currently managing on a day-to-day basis. We have a huge team that does product research, lists of products for you on your behalf on Amazon. When it comes to, from the moment a client orders, they ship it directly to the client and everything, and it's very quick and easy. And all you do is just you look at your Amazon app, and you know exactly when you're gonna get paid, how much you're gonna get paid, and we always bill you at the end of the month once the work is already done. And it's a great, it's passive, right? You make money while you sleep. How better can it be from that? So guys, again, if you want more information, feel free to call on that. But other than that, guys, take advantage of the free credit evaluation. Call the number on the screen. And other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends. And until the next episode on Keeping It Real with Credit. Peace. Bye, guys.